Hello and welcome to the Serpent Method Manifestation Podcast. Today we're going to talk about what to do if your manifestations are blocked. If you've been manifesting for some time and you have seen results before, maybe you've seen a ton of results, maybe you were really on a roll and now nothing, now crickets, now it feels like you're just not tapped in. It feels like you're not seeing the magic in the same way that you saw it before. There's just a block happening and you don't know what it is. So that's what we're going to talk about. First and foremost, I'm going to say do magic. Do magic, do magic, do magic. If you're not already, do magic. Magic is the fastest way to reprogram your subconscious mind. And in reality, all manifestation is getting lined up into that state of being. You have to be. And yes, you can get into that state of being through thousands upon thousands of affirmations over and over and over again, trying to flood your subconscious mind so that it gets in. But the easiest way to get direct access into your subconscious mind is through magic. That's why our ancestors used it for thousands and thousands of years, right? Because it's quite literally honed in neuroscience. They're using the symbolism, the subconscious correlations to communicate directly to your subconscious to say, this is the state of being I want to be in. And if you don't know how to do magic, go back to the beginning of my recordings and start there. Get on that path. Now, if you already do magic and you're having this manifestation block, first of all, it probably means that what you're currently doing is not resonating, it's not hitting anymore as actual quote unquote magic, right? Because the thing about magic is it's just subconscious reprogramming. So your subconscious speaks in dramatics and theatrics and all of this stuff that we've talked about and gone in depth before. But that's the language that it speaks. So as soon as it starts to not feel like, ooh, this is dramatic, this is theatrical, this is something special, this is magic, right? As soon as it starts to feel not magic anymore, it will stop being subconscious reprogramming. It'll simply start being conscious doing. And so you have to keep bumping it up, basically. And a really easy way to do this is just switch up what you're doing. If you do a ton of candle spells, if you happen to be a candle spell person, tell yourself you're going to do 30 days of water magic, or you're going to do 30 days of air magic or earth magic, whatever. If you typically work with one specific deity, say you work with Aphrodite, tell yourself that you're going to do, you can continue to offer to Aphrodite and do whatever you want to do with Aphrodite, but tell yourself you're going to do something totally unrelated to Aphrodite as well, right? And this is why it's really easy to do this with magic. It's really easy to level up. It's really easy to choose a different modality. It's really easy to go, I'm going to focus on these kind of spells or those kind of spells. But this is why it's really hard to do affirmation after affirmation after affirmation, or even something like scripting and continuously get results. It's very normal to do that stuff at first. It's bam, 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 bam. It's like, wow, I can't believe all this is happening. And then you hit these roadblocks and you're like, well, scripting just doesn't seem to work for me anymore. Affirmations just don't work for me anymore. I don't understand why. And then you start to get frustrated. You get in your head and you create all these additional problems that you're going to have to work through. But remember, you just need to get into a state of being. And one of the easiest ways to do that is through direct conversation with your subconscious, and that's magic. Okay? So when leveling up, you don't have to go crazy with it. You don't have to go, oh, I have to find some fucking ancient grimoire now and summon demons and go absolutely insane. Like, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying that if you typically are a kitchen witch, switch it up. Do something different. And that will reprogram the magic. That'll make it, ooh, interesting to your subconscious mind again, right? And you can even do this in small ways. So if you don't incorporate already, like wearing a special outfit every time you do magic, every time you do a spell, wear a specific outfit, right? If you don't already do that, start doing that. It adds this layer of drama. If you don't use a wand, get one, make one, Go out into the woods and find a stick spend a whole afternoon finding the perfect stick. It's these little things that tell your subconscious mind, oh, this is special, right? When you spend a whole afternoon looking for a stick, your subconscious mind goes, what's so special about this stick? This is a very special stick. It pays attention to the things that you're not doing on your conscious loops, right? Because we have all these conscious loops that we're just doing day after day after day. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you get clothes on, you go have breakfast, you go to work. Like, this is the conscious loop that you're doing over and over and over and over and over again. Your subconscious bores of that. It's not going to pay attention to that. It wants nothing to do with that. That's boring. It's not fun for the subconscious. The subconscious wants to have a good time. It wants to be interested. It basically wants to go to the movies all the time. And it'll go to any movie. So if you aren't feeding it, like, this is the movie we want, this is the movie we want a movie about luxury, about ease, about love, whatever it is, it'll get movie from anywhere, right? It'll go, I'm bored. Well, what have we consumed? Let's do, inconvenient movie. Let's do frustration movie. Let's do sad movie, which you don't want, right? So you need to be conversing with your subconscious mind constantly in this theatrical way that it loves. You need to basically be like dangling something interesting for your subconscious to pay attention. That's why magic works so well, because everything you're doing is out of the norm. You're doing this really theatrical thing, and it's very out of the norm to be chanting or getting into trance or dealing with tarot cards or pulling runes or, lighting candles and visualizing. This is all very out of the norm. So that's why your subconscious listens when you do it. And there's all different kinds of ways you can do this, that you can make your practice more dramatic. But it's incredibly important that when you hit that plateau and you don't have manifestations coming in, that you do that. Because what you seek, you shall find, right? You have to be looking for manifestations and magic. You have to be observing magic for magic to happen. If you want miracles, you have to be observing miracles. Otherwise, you're never going to get them, right? So, for example, take some obscure band. That obscure band, you could literally never come across it in your entire life, your entire existence here on Earth. You never come across this obscure band. But if you were someone who's into this obscure band, imagine how often it's popping into your life because you're observing it. You're taking the time to observe it. Now, it's just in your life. It's in your algorithm. You're meeting other people through what you're consuming or whatever that are also watching this band. You're going to concerts. Now you're meeting other people. It's just this kind of cyclical loop. You have to observe. You have to seek out what you want. So if you want manifestations, things that seem like magic, like miracles to pour into your life, you have to be observing magic right before your very eyes. So if you stop and you start to get locked into that mundane, conscious, cyclical, over and over and over again drag, and you're just like, well, I'm expecting my manifestations to come in. I did all of this manifestation work and it's not here, it's not here, it's not here. You have to keep bringing the magic. And a lot of people will be like, oh, that sounds exhausting. You have to keep leveling up. But it's not about even leveling up constantly. Just switch it up. Okay? Basically, if you always do your magic in one specific area, one specific way, just switch up where you're doing it. And people will be like, oh, it's an altar thing. You have to do it on the altar. Whatever. Don't for a time and see what happens. But I guarantee your subconscious mind will pay attention and will be more interested in what you're doing because you've switched it up. The problem always with this is you're just making your subconscious reprogramming conscious and routine. And the subconscious is just ignoring it at this point. It's not interesting enough. So you just have to spice it up and you just have to make things interesting again. All right?